Hello, and welcome to the Underpaid Gamers Podcast. My name is Tony. I'm with my friend and colleague, Justin.
Hello.
We have a lot to talk about today.
Quite a bit.
You finally finished Uncharted. We both finished Iron Fist. Justice League trailer came out. Spider-Man Homecoming trailer 2 came out. Destiny 2 trailer came out. Some other games. Some other news.
And some experiences to talk about.
We have a lot.
A lot of stuff.
This will either be a long episode,
or two,
or an average episode, or 2 episodes. You won't know till you get to the end, so listen all the way.
Theme song.
The Underpaid Gamers Podcast is the official podcast of underpaidgamers.com. Find us primarily on SoundCloud and iTunes. You can also find us on all other podcast services.
And on YouTube.
Mostly on YouTube, where we have most of our content. If you want to hear our opinions on random things that come through my head or your head during the day, you can follow us on Twitter at UPGamersPodcast.
True.
Like us on Facebook for the occasional update.
Check out what we're up to via pictures through Instagram.
Ayo.
And go check out our website if you like to...
we also stream on Twitch.
Do stuff. Yeah, we do. We usually
Not
tweet it
recently.
out.
I've been busy.
It's been a crazy couple weeks.
I went on vacation to Texas, and then I moved houses.
And I'm going to Nebraska.
Internet shut down. You're going to Nebraska.
It's crazy.
So we're gonna check out this new house situation. However, I did do an internet speed test before I left. Comcast is who I had, and I was getting 25 down and 6 up, paying $59, which I thought was a fair, maybe not a fair price, but I'm like, okay, whatever.
Like acceptable.
Now the new house I'm going to has fiber. Still paying the same amount, $59. 100 down, 25 up.
That's pretty different. Pretty different. Pretty better.
4
times better.
I really wanted more from you.
You dropped this on me like a couple days ago, so I already knew about it. Yeah, so your internet's gonna be awesome, and I'm gonna be in here dying with my Wi-Fi.
And now that I have a guest bedroom, you're gonna have to come over on the weekend and we'll stream.
We talked about that.
And play Smash.
It's gonna be a good time.
We're gonna have a big old stream party.
That's right.
With our good friend Daniel from Games and Gaming.
That's right. He always joins us.
He always comes by.
It's always a pleasure.
If you want to stream, hang out during our stream, tweet at us. Daniel did that.
Yep,
That's how that started.
He's done it before.
We have another guy that we have not streamed with yet, but we will.
Yeah.
Eventually. And you, listener, if you'd like to stream with us, tweet at us. We'll arrange something.
We watch the tweets, you know?
I'd like to react.
Yeah, I mean, we've gotten requests even in the last, couple days.
In the last couple days, we got a request to see the new Power Rangers movie.
Which we didn't want to see. I don't want to see it.
I don't want to see it,
but
we haven't seen it yet. And at first, this is my first thought.
Yes,
my first thought was, I've never heard from this guy before. He's like, hey, you guys should do the Power Ranger movie review, because I really want to hear you guys say it. And I'm like, this looks fake. This is probably just a bot that goes around.
At first I thought it was probably one of my students.
Oh. And
then I looked at it and I was like, there's nothing recognizable here that this is a student.
Yeah. So I'm like, it's probably just a bot that goes around to underwhelming podcasts. And it was like, hey, go spend money on this movie that you guys don't want to see and then make an episode about it.
Yeah.
And then I looked, and his Twitter feed is all about Power Rangers, the last couple of tweets.
Really?
Like, maybe this is a real person.
Huh.
I've not seen it yet.
Well, either way, I think we will see it.
We will see it.
Because of the request.
Sometime.
And we will be talking about it in the future.
Because
of the request.
Last night. Well, Power Rangers didn't get very good reviews.
It's not getting good reviews at all.
It's what you expect from it.
Right, which is why I didn't originally plan to see it.
Yes.
But perhaps because my expectations are low, I will be pleasantly surprised by a mediocre movie.
Maybe. But don't get twisted. Don't be like...
I'm not getting twisted.
No. Don't be like, my expectations for this are so low that I might be surprised, because your expectations flip. You're like, okay, well, now I'm kind of expecting to be surprised by how low my expectations are, and then you expect to be surprised. You don't get surprised, and you're like, well, this sucks. You know what I mean? It's like a double whammy.
That is a double whammy. 1-2 punch!
I did go to the movies last night.
Yeah, what'd you see?
And it was a movie at 10:35, and Power Rangers was at 10:30. I'm like, well, I could see this. Or I could see Get Out, which was incredible.
Isn't that the killing office thing?
No. That's something else. With John C. McGinney?
Yeah.
Dr. Cox?
Dr. Cox.
No. Get Out is
Let's Get Out.
I think it's Jordan Peele.
Key and Peele?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
By him.
I watched their Keanu, and it was really funny.
Yeah. Have you heard about Get Out?
No.
You've probably seen trailers for it. Anyway, before I go into it, it came out on February 24th. On Rotten Tomatoes, it's still at a 94%.
Are you serious?
Yes. Literally a month, it's been at 94%.
That's pretty impressive.
That's a super good movie. So, Key and Peele, it's not both of them, it's just one of them. I think it's Jordan, I think is his first name.
Yeah.
Normally comedy, he directed and wrote this movie. So there are comedy elements to it, but it's mostly a horror mystery.
Okay.
Which is a little different. And you don't normally think of like horror comedy.
Yeah, not really, unless it's like parody.
But it blends really well. There's definitely some scary moments. There's some like, not jump scares, but like frightening moments. Like, I would not want to be in that situation.
Yeah, sure.
So it follows the path of this African-American gentleman and his Caucasian female girlfriend, is what I was trying to say.
Yep.
And they're going to go meet her parents.
Okay.
And the parents don't know that he's black. So then he goes up there and you're like, okay, well that's kind of funny. That's like a basis for a comedy, something like that, you know? They go up there and then like, not everything's as it seems. It's kind of eerie. Mm-hmm. I guess I don't necessarily want to spoil it for anybody because I do recommend it. Let's just say he goes up there. It's kind of.
I have seen the trailer.
You have seen the trailer.
That has clicked.
Yeah.
My memories.
So he goes up there and it's like, man, something's a little off here. I don't really know what's going on. It's kind of like a really white, affluent neighborhood.
Yeah.
And he's like, I can't put my finger on it.
But something sketchy.
And it's something sketchy. That's kind of plays on like the race card. Like, I mean, I really like the main character. I don't know who it was. I don't know the actor's name. I don't know if I've seen him before. But it kind of played off like, yeah, he's a real cool guy. So he's like, I expected it to be like this. I expected them to like try to, brother it up. Oh, my brother. Like that's what her dad says a lot.
Yeah.
Just kind of like
trying to fit in.
To try to fit in with him. You know. And he's like, okay, I kind of expected that, but then some things kind of go a little off the rails. Mm-hmm. And he's like, that's a little too much. And it gets more and more and more. Yeah. And then there's some things that happen. Very good. Highly recommend it. If I was going to give it an underpaid gamer score, I got a free movie ticket, so maybe that's not fair.
Yeah, but I mean, after you've seen it, you can tell us the value of it.
Yes, I would. It's definitely worth seeing it in a movie theater. It's definitely worth getting concessions.
Wow, it's like a $20 ticket. That's a pretty high praise.
I was also in a movie theater with 2 other people. Okay. Now I was very afraid because it was so late at night. I'm like, I don't want to go to a horror movie and be in the theater by myself.
Yeah, that's sketchy, dude. I can't do horror movies at the theaters anymore. I get too scared.
There was another couple. It was a girl, and then her boyfriend came in later, and they switched seats like 3 different times. Like, just sit still. It was before the movie.
Oh, okay.
And then they left, and they were all giggling and stuff. I'm like, I wasn't paying attention. I'm like, maybe they made out, and I just wasn't.
Maybe you just weren't paying close enough attention.
I was watching the movie.
Which is probably what you're supposed to do.
And then I felt really bad because 2 times I dropped my bag of popcorn.
Oh, come on.
And the theater was really clean. I'm like, oh.
You dirtied it up?
I felt so bad.
Dude, my first job was movie theater. And for all those times and memories, I hate the fact that you just did that.
I know what it's like to be in customer service.
It's the worst.
I'm like, I felt so bad.
Yeah, normally you go into a movie and, you got a few popcorn spills. You're the one who causes it. You're the type of person that causes that. Time. Yeah, okay. Everyone's excuses. It was just this one time.
2 piles next to me. I was at least nice enough, and I'm always nice enough to throw away my bag and my cup. Well, how often do you go into a movie theater?
I'm glad that you do that.
Or how often did you go into a movie theater and there was just like gobstoppers stuck to the cup holder?
A lot, actually. Worst movies I ever had to clean up after.
Twilight.
High School Musical.
Oh.
Because all these moms would take their daughters and
they would get like nachos.
They would get like every single bit of concessions and then leave it on the ground. Man, that was rough. That was a rough day. I'm getting some bad flashbacks. I think we should move forward with our conversation. Oh man. So I played a game this week.
Yes. You played a few games.
I played a few games this week actually. A game that really harkens back to the past for me. My roommate, who shall remain nameless.
Rename Mameless.
Yes, Mameless. Has an Xbox One. But don't judge him, because he has on it the only thing that would actually tempt me to get an Xbox One.
Scalebound? Just kidding, that got canceled.
No. Master Chief Collection. Just for the nostalgia factor of it. And
it did not sell well.
It did not sell well, and it had a bunch of... It was plagued with issues at the beginning, but now they're all hammered out. So we played online together, split screen online.
What?
Yeah, so we were
Blast
talking.
From the past.
I know. We were like, this may be the last time on a new generation console where we will be able to do this.
Rocket League.
Okay. Shooter. Either way, it was super fun. We played a bunch of multiplayer games. We started off really poorly. We played and the cool thing about it is the multiplayer takes you through essentially any of the games. So when you do multiplayer, you could end up playing Halo 1 on a map, or Halo 4 on a map, or Halo 3, or Halo 2, and it just all the time, each match could be any of the games.
Okay, so what you're saying is you have a map like Coagulation.
Sure.
But sometimes it has the Halo 1 rule set, sometimes it has the Halo 3 rule set.
No, what I'm saying is that each map is tied to one of the games. And you can't get a map and it's Halo 1 version or Halo 4 version. It is always Blood Gulch will always be Halo 1 because it's the original game it was in.
Lockout, I believe, is Halo 2 or 3?
Yeah. So it's tied to it. And the menus change and the whole it reverts to that game's multiplayer.
So this pistol's super overpowered on Blood Gulch, but maybe on Lockout it's
whatever game it is. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, so
it was very complicated.
It was super fun, and what was cool, I was watching him play through the campaign of Halo 2, and first off, I love Halo 1 and 2. Those two are my favorites. You can press a button, and while you're playing, switch from the old and the new graphics.
What button is it?
Select. Their version of select, or share button, or something like that.
So that sounds...
literally, but in the moment you change it and it just switches. And it cutscenes too.
I mean, I guess that's cool.
I think it's super cool.
At the same time, I'll be like, why don't you just fix your game when it comes out instead of having that? Also, because you played it, it's been a year at least since it came out.
Sure.
So now that's a cool novel idea now.
Yeah,
it's fixed. But think about all the frustration people had when they first got the game. They're so excited. And you're like, oh, cool, I can switch graphics, but I can't play online.
Oh yeah, because the multiplayer was too long. Yeah, well, I don't know how long they're gonna fix it. I don't really follow a lot of Xbox One stuff specifically, but all I wanted to say was that it was super fun, and we started off playing real bad, and by the end of it, we were on the top of the teams.
Was craving some Halo today.
It's so fun.
I really want to, because Xbox is moving. Microsoft, for whatever reason, is moving now towards you can buy any game on PC or Xbox. Halo is. Maybe not. That's not a good example, but Gears of War, I think, is no longer just tied to the 360 or the Xbox One. You can now get it on PC.
Okay.
Essentially, making the Xbox One useless.
Yeah.
So you can get any game, right? So Uncharted 4 is console exclusive to the PS4. But if Sony was like, oh, but now you can get it on PC, you're like, okay, well, I don't need a PS4.
Sure.
You could say that.
Right. But they're hoping people use Windows 10 to be their operating system for all that and use all the Microsoft stuff.
So I really hope that they eventually come out with... on the Halo collection, do they have was it 3 games? Or is it...
They had Halo 1 through 4.
Oh. Mm-hmm. I want to play that. I don't have an Xbox. I want it to come out on PC.
Yeah. I just love the story, love the gameplay. Man, he did the first mission of Halo 2 where you you figure out there's a bomb on your defense station, and then you throw it out.
Give it back to him.
I'm gonna give it back to him.
I'm gonna deliver it to him.
Yeah, I can't remember, but it's the coolest cutscene. I remember when I was a kid, I was like, yeah. So
Master Chef, you're so cool.
I know, he's so cool. So yeah, I had a good time with that. It was super fun. We played for an hour and a half.
I played Super Mario Run. It came out on Android.
Yeah, what do you think?
It's exciting. It's good. As we've discussed multiple times before, it's a premium game. You pay for it, you get everything. Mm-hmm. Which I'm totally fine with. I don't know if I'm gonna buy it, mostly because I'm gonna get a new phone here soon, and I'll probably want to. I have $12 saved up from Google Opinion Rewards.
Nice.
And I want to buy a game with that.
Yeah.
That's probably not Super Mario Run, a substantial game.
Yeah.
So an RPG. Or Dragon Quest RPG, something like that.
Sure. Yeah, I gotcha.
Something that will maybe last longer than Super Mario Run.
Yeah.
But it was fun. I mean, I played the first 3 levels for free. I think they do not do a good example of saying that the first 3 levels are free. I think what they need to do is put out 2 apps one that is Super Mario Run Demo, which is the 3 for free.
Yeah.
And the other one is Super Mario Run for $14.99. And let's say if you do the demo first and then you download the other one, you still have everything you completed from the demo.
Yeah, sure.
Because they got a lot of backlash from people that didn't understand, i.e. your roommate.
Right, they thought the whole thing was free.
Yeah. As are most apps.
You would think so.
But.
Interesting.
What's next?
You
know the game For Honor? It's that melee game by Ubisoft.
Yeah, it's like super medieval and samurai and Nordic.
Samurai or Viking or a knight. You can fight. I guess I don't have it.
It looks super cool, and I know people and I've seen people play it in person. Also replay gameplay online, but
I guess people are not happy with the amount of what's the word? Attention that some of the issues are getting from the moderators, from the mods of the maybe not mods, but from the developer itself. So much so that they're actually going to boycott the game on April 3rd. They said, we're fed up with this. Nobody's communicating with us. There's all these issues that have been plagued since launch. Nobody's updating us. Like, as much crap as we did Destiny always had a weekly update.
Destiny did a good job communicating.
They communicated a lot, except not in the game.
Not in the game.
They communicated. They would tell you about the game.
Sure.
But they wouldn't communicate in the game. Anyway, Destiny aside. So people are saying that For Honor is not communicating, and it's so frustrating to them that they have arranged a boycott. So on April 3rd, I don't know if I've ever seen this before.
Yeah, I can't think of a time this happened.
So
it may have.
But they're trying to get as many people to not play on April 3rd to make their voices heard.
Huh.
I don't know how good that's going to be, but...
Yeah, I mean, I feel like they've already sold a ton of copies, so it's like, at this point, they're even made a profit. They're like, what you want?
I don't know.
I don't know either. The game looks interesting. I thought about picking it up, but when I watched people play it, I thought, this would be super fun, but one of those games that I wouldn't pick up unless it was cheap, because to me, it only looks like multiplayer is fun.
That's all it is.
And
I don't know if there's a single player.
Can't you play against bots, I think?
That's not fun.
So, anyways, it's very rare that I buy a game that only has multiplayer. And that one rarity is Overwatch.
Mm-hmm.
And that's because people convinced me to buy it. I was like so hesitant to buy it.
Turns out it worked.
Turns out it was awesome.
Oh, I just looked at your game collection. Battlefront 2 was announced for this year. Did you see that?
I actually did not.
There wasn't a trailer. I think they just announced it. I think there's going to be a trailer, from my memory, I want to say May 18th, but that could be wrong.
Well, I mean, from the rumors I've heard, they plan on having an awesome story and single-player mode, which makes me really excited.
Tell me more about what you like to see from Battlefront 2 from Battlefront 1.
As compared to it? Yeah, so I hope... So things I hope continue is how great...
Star Wars!
How great the game looked. Like, the game looked awesome. Very pretty, very accurate to like the movies and everything. Like it was like seamless transition, I think. And the planet Solist, I think, was like such a cool add to that. So we got to see it. Things that I hope they add onto. I hope that they find a way to make the multiplayer customization better. I really didn't like the card system that they used.
Customization.
It'd be fun. I would like.
Customization?
They didn't have any weapon customization beyond like just getting different weapons, and I think having weapon customization would be cool.
A la Call of Duty.
Yeah,
like adding a grip or a sight.
Sure. Like building classes way.
Battlefield 2.
I don't know, just something about the card system. Like everybody ended up having like the exact same loadout.
Yeah, because there wasn't that many cards, right?
Not many good cards.
Maybe 9.
Goods that were cards that were useful.
Cards for someone that has not played Battlefront but has played Call of Duty, per se, would be like perks.
Perks, yeah. So I would like to see them take another look and rehash out the multiplayer experience. The leveling up system too, I think. I don't know, just like the rewards seem to be like mostly aesthetic with the cards in there too, and I just want them to do an overhaul of that. Also, the game doesn't have single player mode, really. It has like a survival mode, but beyond that, it doesn't offer really anything to someone who's just wanting to play by themselves. So I've been hoping for a single player, and all the rumors say we will get one. That's awesome. So I am happy for that. I think it would also be fun if they added another single player mode, or even a multiplayer version of Galactic Conquest. which we talked about from Battlefront.
So sick.
I guess the original Battlefront 2.
Literally the best.
It would be really cool if they made like an online version of that.
Time out.
Yeah.
Your opinion on space battles? Go.
Best.
Put them in.
I love space battles, even though they got really repetitive because it's literally the same thing over and over again.
What was your strategy? Because you could have different strategies.
No, I'm a space geek. I love spaceships.
No, in the game.
I know. I'm getting there.
All right.
So how I approached the space battles was via spaceship. I always bombed the outside.
Y bomber.
Yep, I always took the bomber, and I always blew up the ship.
Blew up the shields. Like you had to do so much damage to the shields.
Yep, you had to go to the different modules on the ship and blow it up.
Oh, is that what you did?
Yep.
See, now you're saying it differently. Because I would always go as a pilot who has a time bomb.
Yeah.
Land in the other ship, fight my way to the core,
and you would sabotage it from the inside.
Sabotage it from the inside.
Yeah, I mean I've done that before.
But you're saying
I like this straight up ship to ship combat, like
bomb their shields and then go for the bridge or for the engines.
Right, like you could bomb it from the outside, just like you could bomb it from the inside. And I like to do the bombing on the outside.
Bombing from the inside? I do not understand.
What you just said, the sabotage.
Oh, okay.
The sabotage. So there are different ways to approach it. So that gameplay got kind of repetitive, but I really enjoyed it.
But that was a big part of Galactic Conquest.
It was a huge part of it.
Because you have a planet,
yeah,
and then your opponent would then try to capture that planet, but first, space battle.
Yeah, and I think that what they did with the aerial combat in the new Battlefront, I guess, was they had the randomly the cards would, or like the tokens would pop up on the map, and then you'd randomly get heroes, and I think that could add like a nice bit of like randomness and freshness to
the space battle?
To the space battles, because like in the original Battlefront 2, the space battles were literally the same. Like the only thing that changed was like the planet underneath in the background was different. And so it'd be cool if they found a way to like change up the space battles. I haven't played the Death Star trench run thing, so I don't know what they've done with Battlefront since then. But I think it'd be cool to have different types of space battles, like a straight up head to head fleet battle, or like a protect the ship for a certain amount of time for it to get out of there, which we've seen before in other ones. If it would be like infiltration one, where you're just like you like warp in as like X-wings and Y-wings and stuff, and you like try and do like a raiding party on a Star Destroyer, and then you have to like try and infiltrate it. And so the Empire doesn't really have they might have a couple fighters, but like the Rebels have more ships or something, and then most of the Empire characters are inside, and they can shoot cannons and stuff. That'd be kind of cool. So I don't know. I just I love space battles, and whatever way they could implement that, I'd be super excited for.
So your major wish list: Galactic Conquest.
Mm-hmm.
Space battles.
Multiplayer version of it too, not just single player, but multiplayer version of it too.
Well, that's still only. See, that's difficult.
It is,
because Galactic Conquest takes hours.
Right. So what I'm saying, they could make it different to where it'd be almost like the operations in Battlefield 1, where it takes
those take forever too.
Yeah, it takes like an hour, but you accomplish something like huge through the whole battle. So they could do something like that as a multiplayer mode. That is kind of like.
I think they definitely need to add Galactic Conquest. I don't know how you could do it online multiplayer and make it like the same.
It wouldn't be the same for sure if it was online. But
I think the whole point of Galactic Conquest is literally going to not each and every different planet, but
like
fighting
most of the maps,
fighting for the planets. You know.
Yeah.
Maybe if they added more ships to start off with, but.
Yeah, I don't know.
You want single player?
Yep, for sure.
But you like the way the combat flows right now?
I liked the gameplay mechanics. I felt like they were fine. I liked the travel time with the blasters and everything. I thought was what it should have been. I still think there should be overhaul of like the reward system and the level up and customization. But in terms of just like what it looks like and how it plays, I think that was pretty good.
Battlefront 2 this year. This year is stacked.
We got a lot of stuff.
Battlefront 2.
A lot of stuff.
Destiny 2, which looks incredible.
Yeah.
Red Dead Redemption 2. Call of Duty World at War 2. Or World War 2.
Yeah, whatever it is.
Super Mario Odyssey, which is really Super Mario 23 or something. I don't know.
Yeah, whichever one it is.
What else am I missing? There's probably another Sony exclusive game. It's probably going to be Detroit Become Human.
Probably.
Which I will buy. That'll be super sick.
Yeah, I've been very intrigued by that game, and also by Death Stranding.
Death Stranding? That's not going to come out for a long time.
I know, but I'm intrigued by it.
But Destiny 2 trailer, a couple of trailers, right? There was the first one, which
you
was
tweeted out.
Cade 9, who was voiced by Nathan Fillion, just telling tall tales in the bar.
Yeah.
And is incredible.
Yeah.
Like
joking up a storm.
Hamming it up real good.
Yeah. And then we just watched the trailer that they dropped with Cade again.
Cade, I don't remember that.
And the other guy who's like
the Titan.
Yeah.
Titan guy. Because Cade's the hunter.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's Warlock, and there's a Titan, and that's a Titan guy.
Yeah, and he is like giving a rallying speech, and then Cade's like giving a funny speech.
Yes.
Like a sarcastic one. It's kind of funny. So it looks interesting. I am excited to play a new Destiny game with changes to the original that were needed, happened, I've heard, though I haven't gone back and played it. I'm excited for a fresh start, is what I'm trying to say in a really confusing way. I'm excited for a fresh start with Destiny. And it was funny how in the trailer they referenced, like, oh, the tower's gone, all our possessions are blown up, can't get them.
Oh, yeah.
And which was like a slight reference to like what gamers have been, like Destiny 1 players have been saying, where they really want all their stuff to carry over, and then now it's not. And he was kind of referencing that in the trailer.
Well, yeah, they announced that a long time ago.
But I mean, that's not
disgusted.
That's not new news. I just thought it was funny that it was in the trailer. That he made reference
like,
to it.
They announced it. It's like official. Like,
yeah,
you're not getting your stuff. There's no longer a rumor. It's official.
Yeah.
Also official is coming to PC. Not Destiny 1, Destiny 2.
Interesting.
See, the videos that they've released, they're similar to Overwatch's animated shorts, right?
Sure.
To where, no? You don't agree?
I mean, Overwatch's shorts are more about the characters themselves, and I feel like this was more about the game than the characters. You know, like the Soldier 76 character short was about Soldier 76 and like getting to know his character, and these I think were more about just like hyping up the game itself.
I don't know. I guess where I was going was, this shows character. There's definitely character development in this, and if this is how they want to. Instead of the Grimoire cards or whatever.
Yeah. I hated those things.
The Gamora cards. If they wanted to do videos instead, or put in actual cutscenes into their game,
yeah,
I think this is the two that I've seen are incredible. They really impressed me. Voice acting, animation, the story that they're telling, just the writing behind it, I think is really good, and it's more than I ever expected from Destiny, especially after playing the first one from launch. And I stopped after the Dark Below, so I missed the Taken King, and I missed the newest update and stuff like that.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It's like developers should release a game from start that is good, because there's a lot of gamers who might play it at launch, and then they'll never play the updated version. I think we were talking about this with Andromeda, because I think we were talking about...
we were talking about this in the car.
Yeah, the facial problem.
Mass Effect Andromeda.
Yeah, Mass Effect Andromeda had all those facial issues and like expression issues and cutscenes and stuff. And I was saying, I'm not going to buy it for a while, so it's not going to affect me. But there are so many people who already bought it,
Yeah.
and they may not go back and experience it with the actual, like, the fixed version of it. So they're going to have a different experience with it than I will when I eventually buy it. So that's the same thing with, like, Destiny. When we, we don't know, like... There's a while where we got, like, mad at Destiny. We, like, trashed it, actually, on the podcast all the time.
I'm not opposed to going back to that.
Yeah, well, we used to trash it, and we just kind of stopped. But
on the weekly, we trashed
we
Destiny.
would. We said, let's see where they are in the rankings.
You want to do it?
On Twitch.
For all time's sake, where's Destiny on the Twitch?
Okay, here we go. I guess
all
we're
right,
doing it.
Go to Twitch. So what Justin's doing right now is he's going to Twitch on his good old PC right here. I'm going to guess. We're trying to figure out where Destiny is. Based on the most viewed. I'm not looking. I want to guess 13. Well, what day is it? Wednesday?
Yeah, Thursday.
Thursday? 13.
I'm going to guess it's going to be a 22nd spot.
Wow, that's low.
See, Destiny's old.
Destiny is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's on the 9th spot.
9th spot, so I was totally wrong.
What did I say, 13?
You said 13.
So it is above Dark Souls 3?
Binding of Isaac, RuneScape, IRL.
There's not really...
Yeah, no huge names. Here's the Storm. StarCraft
it's behind,
2, Smite.
or it's in front of Zelda.
Yeah, but those are all just like...
Dragon Quest 8! What the heck? That's my favorite game. Someone was streaming it. There it is.
Oh, right down here?
Yeah. Who dis? Dude, this guy's playing in front of 15,000 people.
So anyways,
1,500 people.
yeah. So either way, we used to do that all the time. If this like goes back to our original.
Oh, you're speedrunning it? What up?
It goes back to kind of our original thing.
You can get rid of it. You need to distract me.
This is going to distract
Justin
you.
Justin has a stream in the background.
But it's so cool.
Get rid of it.
He has a spear. Okay. Back to
the notes.
Back to notes. So yeah, Destiny 2.
Excited.
Next up.
Oh, also, if you pre-order Destiny 2, you get a little action figure as opposed to an in-game something or other.
Which I would prefer, honestly. Like,
yes.
Give me a book of artwork. Give me, like, some exclusive posters. Give me, like, a t-shirt. Give me something, like, physical, because all the digital stuff you always get in any pre-order bundle only matters for, like, an hour of gameplay, and then after that, you already have stuff better than that.
And it eventually comes out or something like that.
And eventually comes out public. So I would rather have something physical, personally, so I'm glad that they're doing that.
It's raining outside and
It
thundering.
is, and
if you hear thunder, it's not our stomachs.
Yeah, I hope the power doesn't go out. Good thing we're on a battery.
That sucks.
That'd be great. That's good.
You've been playing a few games.
I have. I beat a game.
You beat, finally,
and this is
a year in the making.
Yeah, a year later.
Uncharted 4.
Uncharted 4 is done. Donezo.
Donezo. Tell me about your experience.
It was good.
Alright, on to the next one.
I'm a little sad. I had a little bit of withdrawal at the end. Like, the epilogue was nice because I could, like, process my emotions.
Mm-hmm. It was kind of slow.
And process the end, you know, like, just kind of enjoy it and think about the characters. Totally expected at the end for... I totally expected at the end for either Drake or his brother to die.
So are we spoiling it now?
I guess. I mean,
spoilers for Uncharted 4.
It's like a year later.
I know, I'm just saying, you gotta call them out.
So, spoiler alert for Uncharted 4.
Calls them when you see them.
Skip like 5 minutes or so if you want to not have a spoiler. So,
we really should have played it by now.
Truly, I mean, I should have, too. So, I expected from the name that Drake, Sam, or Nathan would have died. And then as I got close to the end, I thought maybe Rafe would die. Rafe.
What a name.
The bad guy.
What a name.
Yeah, I hate that guy. He's annoying. And none of that happened.
Nobody died.
And I thought...
Rafe died.
This is so weird.
Rafe died.
And the whole game, I expected Nate to die, and I was okay with it. And I was, like, ready. I was, like, mentally prepared. Ready. I was emotionally ready. I was like, you know, maybe it is best that he, like, goes out with a bang and, like, something crazy happens. But at the end, when you're, like, burning in Avery's ship,
so cool.
which was super cool.
A big old storm outside.
Man, that looks nasty outside.
Good thing we're inside.
Yeah, I know. Jeez, it's, like, blowing like crazy, and wind's going sideways. When we were in Avery's ship, I was, like Sam was underneath a rafter, and I was just sure that Sam was going to be dead. And that I was going to have to...
A little hopeful?
Yeah, I thought he was dead. I thought this is how Sam's going to die. And Sam even says, like, after you sword fight Rafe, which was super cool.
Yeah. Wait, you like that?
I liked it.
So, I don't know how I feel about it, because it's one of those things where it's like, they add this mechanic that you have no experience with right at the end. Like, yeah, literally the final boss battle, like, I've never done this before.
Yeah, but that's okay, because, like, the combat in Uncharted is not, like, finesse. It's like stealth, and then when you get close, you mash the square button, right? And like I don't know how else. Like, you already mastered the mechanics, and the mechanics really for one-on-one combat aren't special at all in Uncharted, because all the combat in Uncharted is like take out that guy quick, like and all that. So
not the end of Uncharted 4, because like that's the first half, and then you kind of go off by yourself. Yeah. And then you like literally fight an army. Right,
and in that you do fight some really hard guys, but. I mean, most of those guys you can kill pretty quick, too.
No. Did you like this sword fight?
I did. I thought it was good. Especially because it was with the Sword of Avery and the other guy. His second.
I don't remember. It's been a year.
Yeah. I can't remember the second pirate's name. But his number 2...
Blackbeard.
Pirate guy, like, it looks like they stabbed each other.
Oh, yeah?
And then Rafe takes a sword from, like, Avery's chest. And then...
Rafe looked like Jake Gyllenhaal.
He kind of did.
Like, straight up.
Yeah. So I really like the game. I'm a little bit sad that Nathan Drake is over. I feel like they kind of left it open for us to get like Sam and Sully's adventures.
Yeah, because they go off on
because they kind of go on their own. Like, because he like has a business proposition in Cuba or something.
What do you think about Drake and Elena?
I liked it. I actually was really happy because I kind of dreaded Elena the whole movie, the whole game.
The whole movie,
yeah,
that's right.
It kind of feels like it. Because I was like, oh no, they're married. She's gotten mad at him in past games for like running off and doing his own thing.
And he lies to her literally the whole game.
Yeah, and she comes in, and she's like kind of cool about it. Like she kind of understands, and she kind of accepts the fact that Drake is who Drake is, and she finds a way to turn it into something that's legitimate as opposed to being illegal and sketchy.
At the very end.
Yeah, at the very end.
When you don't see it, but they go diving or whatever.
Yeah, when she like buys the diving company.
Yeah. What do you think the first half of the game? Elena's nowhere to be seen.
Yeah.
Were you cool with that? We're like, okay, now.
I was fine with it because I love Sully, but even that I didn't get a whole lot of Sully. I got a lot of Sam.
Yeah.
And I like Sam. I think there may have been a little bit too much Sam. I wish the balance would have been more Sully than.
Was there ever? I don't remember. Was there ever just Sully and Drake?
And Nathan, or Sam?
Nate. Was there ever Nate and Sully? Because I know there's Nate and Elena, and there's Nate and Sam, and there's Nate and Sam and Sully. Is there ever a Nate and Sully?
I don't think there is.
There's never just a one-on-one.
I can't remember a specific time when it's just Nathan and Sully. I don't think there is. I think every time Sully's with you in the party, so is Sam, or so is Elena.
The party.
I mean, that's what it is. So yeah, I liked it a lot, and the ending was good. And
you excited for the DLC, which has
Chloe
and Nadine.
I haven't even thought about it.
Or you just kind of like, I don't know.
I don't know. I have given it no thought because I'm done with Uncharted for now. So I'm actually super excited. I'm gonna go see my brother for spring break, which this is the first day of spring break, first evening, I guess, because tomorrow's the first full day. I'm gonna go see my brother. I'm gonna take him all the Uncharted games. Because he's going to borrow them.
He's never played them?
Yeah, he's never played them.
Oh, I feel like you'd like them.
Yeah, I think so too. So I'm excited to see what he thinks.
Me too. Maybe we'll have him on.
Yeah, maybe we will. We've talked about it before.
Yeah, we have.
He'd be a good one to have.
Now, you're playing. We've been posting videos on the YouTube channel of both of us playing Horizon.
Yes.
You've been doing a Let's Play. I've been doing this random stuff that happens.
Mm-hmm.
And it makes the game. It makes playing games different. So you've been taking a break from that. You've been playing. You finished Uncharted finally.
I did.
You played some Overwatch, especially when I was gone to Texas and we didn't have anything.
It was really like a little, I don't know, sabbatical, I guess.
Yeah.
Like a little break.
So you played Overwatch, which we talk about all the time, but you also played another game.
I did.
And tell me about that.
So I recently purchased Dishonored, the Definitive Edition on PS4. That's the original Dishonored, not Dishonored 2.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'd heard really good things about Dishonored 2, I was like, I kind of want to get the game, but it makes no sense to buy 2 if I haven't played 1. Plus, I'd never played 1 on PS3, and I heard it was a really good game on PS3.
It was very good.
So I was like, why not get the full edition, distinctive edition, like
DLC
HD, everything's in it. It was like $25, I think.
Cheapo!
It was cheap, it's cheaper than the new game. And I bought it when Dishonored 2 came out, like a month after Dishonored 2 came out. And I wanted to get Dishonored 2, but then the price is $60, and I was like, you know what? This $25 game that will tell me what's going on in Dishonored 2 is probably a better purchase.
Yep.
So I did it, but it's been sitting on my shelf for a long time because I didn't want to start it until I beat Uncharted 4, because that was my top priority. So last week, after Tony went to Texas, I was like, I don't want to play Horizon right now. I've got too much going on with that. I'm going to beat Uncharted. And so I stayed up till like 1 in the morning and beat Uncharted 4 on a Friday night. And then I started playing Dishonored. And I've been playing Dishonored for the past few days in the free time that I have.
What do you think? Which game is currently in your PS4?
Dishonored.
Yeah?
Yeah. So how I have this organized, those 3 are the games I'm playing right now.
So that's what I do. I set them on my PC.
These are the ones I probably won't play again, and these are the ones that I might play again.
Kind of rotate out.
Yeah. So these are that's out. Yeah. So I have like 3 stacks, everybody. So it's kind of interesting.
You got that Final Fantasy X2 HD remaster. I see you're gonna go back for that.
No, it's there because Final Fantasy X. I might try to go back and platinum it.
Oh. So, what's your Dishonored? What's that like?
So Dishonored is really fun. It reminds me a little bit of Uncharted in the fact that you have like levels that you go through. Definitely different because I feel like the purpose of levels in Uncharted is like
they're linear.
They're linear and like artistic and supposed to be like tell the story through the map. And the map in Dishonored, all the different levels are like part of the game experience, like part of the mechanics of the game. And I guess that's true for Uncharted to some extent.
Well, Uncharted, this is weird, so I'm going to try to figure out what you're saying.
Okay.
Maybe clarify for the listeners.
Sure.
Uncharted is linear, almost 100%.
Yeah.
Like, the most non-linear is in Uncharted 4 when you have the Jeep. You can kind of go around wherever you want to go.
But really, you're going to one spot.
Yeah. Whereas, Dishonored is more like an open sector. So, like,
yeah,
you have the world map, but inside of that, you have these little sectors, and you go to these little sectors, and you can either go like straight for it, or you can kind of go over to the right, or you go below to the left.
Yeah, there's many different ways to access everything in the game.
But you still have that one objective, but there's so many different ways to go about that. Either physically, like actually physically going to do something, or in Dishonored, you don't ever have to kill anybody. So instead, you can knock somebody out and like take them with you,
right? Or just sneak past them,
or literally just kill them. So it's like there's more choice, and that's developed even in the level system. Whereas Uncharted is more
it's just
story.
It's just story, run through it, get done with it. So I'm really enjoying like exploring the maps. I'm very like a sneaky player.
Sneaky.
I like being sneaky.
You like sneaky.
I like sneaky sneaker. Sneaky little snake. Sorry, YouTube video. It was awkward. So I really like the sneaking around in the levels. I'm trying not to like kill people unless it's like I can't not kill them, and then I kill them. If it's me or them, it's them. But if I can avoid a fight, I usually do. So I do a lot of sneaking around, using a lot of blink. Some of the abilities are cool.
The teleport ability, blink.
Yeah,
so cool.
So I've really been enjoying that. I love it. Man, it's so cool.
There's
and I love like looking around a map and trying to figure out a way to get around people that I won't get caught or I won't kill them. And a lot of times it's like finding a weird way up a building.
Yeah.
And like one of the first big missions I had was to like assassinate this guy in a government building.
Mm-hmm.
And I walked in, I was like, dude, that ledge looks like I could walk across it, but it was like too high to get to. So I was like hiding in the shadows, and I was like kind of sneaking around, and I was like, dude, I wonder if I could make it from there. And I jumped on top of this like pillar on the side of like a door frame. It's like essentially the top of a door frame, and I was like standing on it, and I was like trying to do blink, the transportation or the teleporter ability, and it like wouldn't reach. And I was like, gosh dang it! So then I started jumping to see if I could make it just for like a second work, and I eventually got it to work. And then I literally skipped like 100 bad guys.
Yeah.
Went straight to the room where the guy was, and it was so cool. I was like, I loved it. It just paid off trying to like do that, and I love that.
Dishonored's kind of cool like that, where it's like you're like, I think I could probably do that, and then you can do that. Like that's something you can just go and do.
Yeah, and you would think that like the map showed that I would have to go through like these 2 sentries first, make it through this gate.
Yeah.
Then you got another couple of sentries. Then you got a bunch of guys at the door. And so that would have been like a huge fight.
Mm-hmm.
And I just found a way to like, because I was a little persistent with it, I found a way to like sneak into the whole building.
Yeah. There's also another cool thing that maybe you haven't experienced or maybe you didn't know about with Dishonored is you can combine a lot of powers. So for this one example, there's in Dishonored, there's a time slowdown power where you do things in slow motion. There's also one where you can possess creatures or people humans, once you level it up.
Yeah.
And then you also have like this crossbow thing. So a thing I think about right now is you freeze time, shoot the crossbow just in a direction, then possess somebody while time is frozen, have them walk into the crossbow bolt, and stop possessing them, then they get killed, and you're past it.
That's hilarious.
That's kind of the stuff that you can do.
So if you shoot the crossbow when you're in slow-mo, does the bolt stop?
It goes in slow-mo.
Okay, so it's not like you have to shoot it and then hit slow-mo. You could hit slow-mo, then shoot it.
You can do both.
Okay.
Because it still has travel time. It's not hit scan.
Okay.
But
That's so cool.
There's a lot of... I remember when they first announced Dishonored. They showed like the same level, but they showed it like 3 different times, all using different powers and doing different things. And like that's so sick.
Yeah, I love it, man. It's so cool. So I'm really happy about it. It's been really fun to play, and because it's like it's not open world, I don't feel like I have to sit down and play it for like 2 hours to accomplish anything.
It's kind of quick.
I can like
knock something out.
I can play for half an hour and I can like get to the next zone that I need to get to, or like assassinate the main character, like, or do I could do something and feel accomplished with a shorter amount of playtime, which makes me happy.
I'm kind of trying to play video games through you right now because like the past 2 weeks I haven't been.
I know you've been on this huge video game drought right now.
It sucks.
So that's the game I've been playing. I also just downloaded a game which I'm super excited about on my computer. On Steam. So it's an RTS, real-time strategy game that I used to play all the time in high school with my brothers, and this is the newest version of it. It's called Sins of a Solar Empire. I'm super excited to play it. So if any of you listeners out there have played the game before, you should tweet me out.
StarCraft 2 getting remastered?
Yeah, dude, I was StarCraft 1 getting remastered HD version.
But also Brood War.
Okay.
Broad War?
That's technically just the expansion for the first one.
Sorry.
It's okay.
Excited?
You're not an RTS guy. It's okay.
Correct.
I am excited, actually. My experience with StarCraft started really early. And by really early, I mean like really late. I don't know why I said early. I meant the opposite of early. I meant late. The first time I played StarCraft, I played RTSs for like, the very first game I played was probably Age of Empires 2. So like, RTSs are like my first games. But StarCraft specifically, college was the first time I played the first StarCraft.
That is late. That is not early at all.
Yeah, we had some guys on the floor. We were all into RTSs, and they were all like, "Hey, you want to do a StarCraft LAN party in the lobby?" And I was like, "Yeah." What? And so I was like, "Yeah, I've always wanted to play StarCraft." And so we all got together and
you probably got demolished.
We played it. Yeah, I did.
I know.
I just turtled real hard.
One guy on our floor. We had a StarCraft tournament throughout the whole dorm.
We did.
And he was so good at it. I guess you can choose a random faction.
Yeah.
And through the whole tournament, he just chose random. Anyone
every time. He was really good. Then I bought StarCraft 2 when it dropped, which was like the next year, and I played it like crazy.
Yep.
I like ranked at gold, which I mean that's 3 better than the worst. So I ranked gold, which is good.
It's about where you rank in Overwatch too, isn't it?
Yeah. About three ranks up.
Blizzard, the rankings are the same?
Probably. At least, like, trying to quantify skill, it's probably about the same. So, I'm not, like, super great at it. My cousin actually is really good at it. He's, like, the league underneath, like, the Grandmaster League.
Masters?
Yeah. He's, like, really good. He, like, used to stream all the time. I don't know if he still does it. I don't know if he listens to our podcast. Maybe he doesn't.
Maybe
he'll text me and be like, "Hey, man, I heard you mention me." Yeah. But he was, like, really good.
Call him out.
He was really good. Holy guy. I used to watch him stream sometimes. But that's a tangent. Hey, it's HD remastered. It'll be fun.
I'm just trying to play some video games right now through you.
So it's super good. Super good.
So let's go back to Mass Effect Andromeda for a little bit.
Yeah, sure.
The game has released since our last episode, I believe.
That is true.
And some people are essentially saying, like, yeah, the facial animations suck, but the story... I've heard actually conflicting reports. Like, the story itself is not very good from what you'd expect from Mass Effect, but the gameplay is kind of enthralling and kind of keeps you going.
Yeah, I've heard the exploration is really awesome.
Yeah, people say that's really fun to play, and despite the fact that it's kind of a letdown for a Mass Effect.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't have really any experience with Mass Effect other than Mass Effect 1.
Mm-hmm.
I could probably pick up this game and enjoy it.
Don't you have my Mass Effect 1?
I have your Mass Effect 2. And I'm like, maybe I'll just start Mass Effect 2 again. This will be the 3rd time, because I can never finish it.
That's okay.
And I'm like, maybe I should do that. Instead of just buying Mass Effect Andromeda, which people say isn't very good, maybe I should just try this game.
Yeah. Well, you know, I was talking to my brother about this. He has Andromeda.
Yeah.
And him and his posse of gamers, they bought it for the multiplayer.
Yeah.
For the PvE stuff.
PvE?
Yeah, because they have like...
is it PvE?
Yeah, they have PvE in it. So that's like one of my brother's favorite type of multiplayer is PvE. That's why he loved...
PvP.
He will. Like, he actually got mad at me last time we streamed Overwatch because I didn't text him, and he totally would have played with us. So he does enjoy PvP, and I think Overwatch specifically he likes because...
You know, if you followed us on Twitter, we tweet out every time we stream.
Dude, my brother's not on Twitter.
I'm just saying
He's
the listener.
Not on Facebook.
For the average listener,
yeah, sure.
If you ever want to stream with us, or watch us stream, or play with us, just follow our Twitter. and I'll say, hey, we're streaming in like 3 hours, and then we.
Either way, that's why he was into Destiny. Because Destiny was so much PvE. So he bought it for that, and he says the PvE is awesome.
Is he excited for Destiny 2?
I haven't talked to him about it, but I'm assuming yes.
Yes.
I'm assuming yes.
That was... playing Destiny when it first came out was super fun.
Yeah, especially with we had a giant group. We had such a huge group of people who played it consistently for a long time.
Yeah.
And it was so much fun to do all the raids.
That was a lot of fun. And then it all fell off. So maybe that'll happen again when Destiny 2 comes out.
But we will have that stint where it's awesome. And we will live in that moment.
It'll be worth it.
Yeah.
The moment alone for Destiny was worth $60.
The moment when the very first time we beat Vault of Glass, that was enough.
That was crazy.
That felt so good. We were like shooting all our guns into the air. We were like taking screenshots. Like, man, it was so good.
So Mass Effect. I actually haven't looked at the scores, like the actual number scores, but that's what I've heard, is that people say it's a lot of fun. Animations kind of suck. BioWare says that they're going to update here pretty soon and try to fix the animations and things.
Yeah.
Which kind of harks back to the conversation we had where if I wait and get it, the facial animations, everything will be fixed.
Right.
What about the people that bought it day one?
Right. Well, I mean, regardless, they're slided, right? Because you're probably going to get it for a cheaper price because you're going to wait because the price is going to go down. And you're going to get a better version of it.
Yes.
So,
whatever.
I feel bad for those who bought it from the start.
But an RPG that is getting rave reviews despite being out yet is Persona 5.
And I really don't know anything about this. Like, I don't know anything about the Persona series, really.
Other
than it's like Japanesey.
I haven't played them very much. I'll try to tell you what I know.
Tell me.
Classic JRPG.
Okay.
It's very anime-like. Like, very anime-like. This game will take you like over 100 hours to beat. So very classic JRPG.
So this is the very big time commitment JRPG. Yeah.
Turn-based strategy, turn-based action game, I guess.
Okay.
I read a review because I never really played them. There's always themes that go throughout, like kind of deep, like truth, or people are saying that this game's theme is like freedom.
Cool.
And I believe, man, I don't know a lot because I haven't played them, but it's like weird anime. So like, it's gonna be weird. You're gonna play it, you're like, this is weird.
Yeah.
But people say that the combat is so engaging and the stories are so engaging and like the world that they create is so engaging and it's so awesome that you're just like,
that the weirdness doesn't matter.
Cool. I mean, if you like anime too, you're probably like this.
Sure.
I've watched my fair share of anime. Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah, dude.
Yu-Gi-Oh. Pokemon.
I just watched One Punch Man
on Netflix.
Yeah.
I have it on my list. I haven't watched it. I hear it's delicious.
It's good.
Anyway, Persona 5, again, in my video game drought. You know, when you get thirsty for video games, you just reach out and grab anything.
Yeah, I know. You're just like ready to go to GameStop and just
I'm gonna buy
this. Run your hand over all the shelves and you're just like, you're like mouth watering, like, I want them all.
It's like an oasis. So I've been getting really into Persona 5.
Yeah.
I haven't bought anything, but I'm thinking about buying it.
Yeah.
I hope that once I really can't buy anything until I beat Horizon. Because, you know...
We know how it is.
You know how it is. You have this game, an RPG like Horizon, or a longer game, and then you play it for so long, and I did myself dirty. I'm already at max level and not even close to the end.
Yeah.
So there's not literally a lot to work for, other than maybe the story will eventually pick up.
Yeah.
And it's not bad right now, but it's not super engaging.
Yeah.
But you get an itch for something else, and then you never have that itch for Horizon again.
Yep.
So I'm a little afraid to like play Overwatch, or I'm a little afraid to play...
That's exactly what happened to me to Dark Souls 3.
Yeah.
I played that game like crazy for like a couple weeks, and then it was over. And I never beat it.
That's like... It's like an attention span issue almost. Like, with Persona 5, which is a 100-plus hour game, like, how am I ever going to play that? It would really have to get its grips in me, but...
It's true.
I would almost argue that Persona 5 would be better than Mass Effect Andromeda, but they're two very different games. Mass Effect Andromeda is a shooter, it's an adventure game, it's exploration. Persona 5 is text, voiceovers, and it's turn-based. So, obviously very different. But... I know you've been looking for JRPGs. You've been playing the crap out of the Dragon Quest series.
I know. I think I've been like scratching that itch with my mobile phone, which is so weird that I say that because usually mobile games are just like time suckers and nothing else, and this is like one I actually enjoy playing, like for the merits of itself.
The merits.
Dragon Quest is really good, and the second one is a lot harder than the first one.
That's good.
And the I'm just stuck on this dungeon right now because it's like a maze. There are like so many stairs up and down. Don't know which ones to take, and I keep getting lost. And then by the time I think I find the right way, I like ran out of MP, so then once I run out of MP, that means I'm gonna die, so I gotta get out of there.
Get an elixir.
So I don't know. I think I made it to the end of the dungeon, but then I needed a key to get through the door.
Oh no!
And I didn't have the key, so I was like, do I really have to search this whole dungeon for this key first?
Key somewhere.
So I don't know what I'm gonna do. Probably gonna keep playing it.
It's so much fun.
This is the first time I felt stuck in that game.
Yeah?
I'm like over leveled for most things. It just takes forever to run because the rate at which battles happen in that dungeon is like every 5 steps. So it takes forever.
Yeah.
It takes forever to get anywhere. Yeah. So yeah, that's Dragon Quest II again. Let's see, what else do we want to talk about? We got that.
Let's talk about Jumanji.
Okay.
They're making a Jumanji sequel with The Rock?
Well, I did read on the notes, but I hadn't heard it beyond that.
I think...
Actually, yes, I have. The Rock is the hunter. Right?
I don't know.
I think so.
I think so when they first announced it, we talked about it, we were like, this is stupid. And then I read up on how Jumanji works, because, first of all, it's called Jumanji, Welcome to the Jungle. Mm-hmm. So there's that. But in the original Jumanji, it's a board game, right?
Yeah.
That you get sucked into playing.
Yeah.
That's the whole premise of the movie, right? It's a board game that becomes real life.
Yep.
This one is a video game. So there's people that are playing like in detention or something.
Yeah.
And they find this old. I think the premise that I read was they're in detention. They're down in like the basement of the school cleaning.
Yeah.
And there's an old video game system, and they set it up.
Yeah.
And of course, once they start playing, they get sucked into the video game, or it gets reversed or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's some like role reversals there, which is funny. So it's like, from what I read, the super nerdy guy becomes The Rock when he plays, and like the girl becomes Jack Black, which is super funny. So like when I read it, I'm like, that sounds stupid, and then I kept reading. I'm like,
that'd be really funny.
That could be maybe not really good, but that's like an interesting twist. That'd be fun to see. Well, it could be fun to see. I mean, it's not something I'll see in theaters,
for sure.
But I don't think it'll be as bad as I expected it to be.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, just kind of fun.
Yeah,
fun times.
Good times.
Good times.
They're good.
You want to talk about movies and Netflix shows?
We can.
Things?
Yeah.
Batgirl movie?
Apparently.
You ever want to see a Batgirl movie before?
No, not particularly.
What if it was directed by the one and only Joss Whedon? Known for Avengers.
Maybe.
Avengers Age of Ultron. Firefly. Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
I mean, maybe.
Probably something else.
But Batgirl is like Batman. Like, I'd rather do a hero that's different.
I mean, Batgirl gets taken by the Joker.
Yeah.
And then there are some censored parts that happen, and she becomes paralyzed, and she becomes the Oracle, and then she's like an all-knowing, all-seeing type thing that helps Batman all of her stuff.
Yeah.
And then she becomes unparalyzed again through sheer force of will.
Nice.
And then becomes Batgirl again. She's
Question
also
mark?
Commissioner Gordon's daughter.
That makes it cooler.
So there's some cool things. There's like Batgirl's pretty alright. I don't necessarily know what a Batgirl movie is going to be like.
Yeah, me neither.
But I think Joss Whedon is the person to do it. But Joss Whedon is world renowned for his strong female characters in his movies and his shows. Think of Buffy the Vampire Slayer, just in general.
Uh-huh.
That was a long-running show. Just celebrated its 20th anniversary. Firefly, there's no weak female characters in that.
That's true.
Avengers, look what he did with Black Widow.
She's awesome.
She's awesome in both of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, it said something else, but I can't think about it. Anyway, he takes in Hollywood, or in an economy where there's not a lot of strong females in roles. Joss Whedon makes it maybe not even his duty. It's not. I don't even think he goes out of his way to do it. He's just like, I have an idea for a really strong character.
Yeah.
So what's a woman? Like, whatever. So I think what I'm trying to say is Batgirl's going to be awesome because Joss Whedon, who is an awesome director, he's also writing it.
So you're happy because the name Joss Whedon's on?
Yes.
That's fair.
He did Avengers 2012.
That's fair.
I mean, I don't think Batgirl is going to be Avengers 2012, but I do think a Batgirl film will not be the standard DC universe that we've seen.
Well, if Joss Whedon is involved in it, it's not going to be the average DC
you
universe film. It's going to be different, so that's for sure.
What else did I see? Tomb Raider. They're making a Tomb Raider movie.
Yeah.
Another one. I don't remember the girl's name that's on it. It seems like they've kind of desexualized it from the Angelina Jolie days.
That's good.
This is more like the two Tomb Raider video games that have came out recently.
Yeah, because I like those video games a lot. I like what they did with them. It's essentially Uncharted, but Tomb Raider version, and I like it a lot. And I like that they like desexualize her because the old Tomb Raider games were ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely ridiculous.
It's true. They made her more average.
They made her real.
I don't know if I'd say that.
Well,
they made her closer to the median.
They made her more realistic. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Closer. We have 3 more things to talk about.
We do.
Spider-Man Homecoming trailer, numero dos.
Yep.
Justice League trailer, and the pre-trailer.
Mm-hmm.
Then also Iron Fist. So if you want to listen to those, go to our next episode, part 2 of whatever this is, and we'll see you there, where we're going to talk about those 3 things. Justin, anything else?
Yeah. If you liked what you heard today, please
go to part 2 because there's going to be more of it.
Yeah, go to part 2, but also hit the subscribe button.
Oh, bam!
Right there on that YouTube video. Or if you're on SoundCloud, hit the follow button. Hit the like. Hit the comment. If you got some comments for us, share us with your friends.
If you're on iTunes, give us a rating. And if you would, so kindly, type something out too.
Yeah, give us a nice little written response there. We would really appreciate it. And check out our other stuff. Mostly, we got most of our stuff on YouTube. So if you want to see some of our videos that we've put together, check that stuff out. Thanks for listening.
Yeah.
And we'll see you guys
in part 2.
Yep. Bye.